Greetings and salutations, everyone, and welcome back to Rimworld Ascension, episode 49. If you enjoy this episode, please remember to like and subscribe, and as always, MODLIST is down in the description. We have added a new mod, recommendation by one Dark Moon 4135. We have added diagonal walls, which is a very interesting mod and should help our base look good. With no further updates to the mod list, let's get into the episode. If you all will remember the last episode, I was mentioning that I think the best plan here is going to be to pick up and move to a mountain tile, because we simply cannot defend this much space with this few colonists. But first, we have to make sure that everyone can walk. So we're going to start off by telling the child to stop being dumb and to go rest until healed so that his infection can heal properly. Now, the nice thing about us moving properly instead of doing some sort of mass exodus is that we will actually be capable of making multiple trips. So we don't have to go all at once, we can go, slowly. Now we're going to go ahead and cancel all blueprints. They do not matter. We will not be staying here for much longer. As soon as we get rid of all these infections, we are going to start moving, essentially. We will also be taking and burying all of our colonists. So we're actually going to go and bury Michael, too. Alright, let's check the child's infection. Alright, the infection is going slower. So we're going to have Jaleel go and grab that medicine so that they can properly tend to the child when the time comes. Give the child some proper medicine. Looks like Maze is going to be A-okay, though. We should begin a morning for Gawir. Let's wait until everyone's not dying of infections, though. How is Vaughn? Vaughn has muscle parasites and minor malnutrition. That's right. And, unfortunately, Jaleel is going to have to take over cooking, seeing as they have the highest skill, which is 3. Alright, you know what? I think we are going to send out our first caravan. Now, if you will remember, I wanted to set up, I believe, right here, because it has marble, granite, and slate. It's a good mountain area. I believe this is the closest area that has both marble and granite, and is within a reasonable distance. Of course, we could always go set up, say, down here in this tropical rainforest, but that's a bit far away. Although it would move us closer to our old base, which we can, always go assault if we really want to. And then, of course, there's this cave system way up here. But that's a bit far for us. I'm going to just do a quick check, make sure there's no better mountainous areas. Yep, looks like that is the best location to set up. So we're going to send Calhoun and the Thrumbos. No, the Thrumbos don't haul anything, but the Thrumbos do allow us to move faster. Significantly faster. Drops it from 1 day down to less than half a day. We'll send Calhoun with a good amount of stuff, but predominantly Calhoun is going to be taking the most important things. So the Anima Seed, Psychic Neuroformer, our components. Let's go ahead, we'll bring the flamethrower, that bullpup rifle, and the money. And now the route goes up to 0.8 days, and we still have some more mass, so we can take some more stuff with us. Most of this is likely going to end up getting left behind, as a lot of it's not really all that necessary. We'll take some all the primitive ammo. Alright. I think that's what we'll send first. Let's go ahead and get Calhoun a-movin'. Now, the reason we're sending Calhoun first is Calhoun actually has a decent mining skill and is very passionate about it, so they can dig out our new base very quickly. The child does have a passion for cooking. I suppose we can go ahead and, when the child is no longer dying of disease, we can have the child take over cooking for Jaleel. But until such a time as the child is no longer, incapacitated due to disease, Jaleel will have to take over cooking. We're definitely going to be taking our workbenches as well. And I would take the wood fire generator, but we can't, so we're going to just have to deconstruct that. So actually having Pi begin construction is a good thing, as Pi can begin slowly deconstructing certain things that are of value to us. Packing them up and getting them ready to move out. Like all of our fancy tables for recreational activities. Maze is in a daze. That is not good. Go calm them down. We'll also be just uninstalling the tailoring bench, the smithy, the stonecutter's table, at least one research bench, and a chair to go with it. Probably the better chair. So we'll be taking this one then. And the writer's table, which we still haven't used because I keep forgetting it exists. As well as both of the tool cabinets. It is going to take Calhoun a few days to walk up there, and there is no river, so we are going to have to set up our own water infrastructure. Oh, something killed that, Mega Wolverine. A ground runner. Probably this one. It was that one. Let's go ahead and send Maze out to go finish that off, because that is a huge source of food. Free food is free food. We will not argue with where it comes from. And, of course, one of our cows down here died, which needs to be, eaten. And we got a male calf and a female cow. Perfect. Yes, this will be a much more controlled moving of the base. Because when we fled from the original Kaminoa, it was an exodus, so we weren't really able to bring a whole lot with us. But this time we're doing it intentionally, so we can actually afford to take things with us. Which is going to be very nice. Anything of value can be picked up and hauled out. Let's go ahead and have Pi here. Go ahead and start smelting down a bunch of old weapons. Get us some more resources that we can then ship off to Calhoun, who is about to arrive in our new mountainous home, hopefully, if it's good. And Calhoun has arrived at the new base. Let's go ahead and settle it. And here we are. Our brand new home. First thing I can spot is a supercar wreck. This will not work very well. Actually, well, it's certainly not what I was expecting or really hoping for. I suppose that's due to the landforms mod, but I can already see a couple spots that could be good to set up in. You'll notice that there are very many areas that could easily be turned into choke points all around the map. Now, the first spot that draws my attention is up here. It's a bit open, but it would be very easy to seal off these areas and then tunnel into each of these to create structures, allowing us to keep this area open as a farming area. The next area that catches my attention is over here. It's got a lake, so we can fish or distribute our sewage there if really needed. And it also could be sealed off, and more importantly, it's got a gas geyser. The other gas geyser is over here, which also could be pretty easily sealed off and defended. So what I'm seeing here is a lot of very close quarters combat, but it could be done. You know what? I think it'll work. I think we can make this place into our new home. And I think we will start with this gigantic pile of slate. Yes, the slate pile shall become our new home. And so, as such, we shall begin tunneling. Now the question is, where do we want the entrance to it? Let's lay out some plans for where we are going to put up some walls. So I'm thinking we can put a wall here, double layered, or an entrance. Either one could work. We will most certainly be putting a wall here. Definitely layered up. Because defending a diagonal is an absolute nightmare. Same goes for here. Build a wall there. And of course, a wall here. Although this one will eventually be torn down to allow us access to up here when needed. So, I believe that makes this into our first choke point. And it's a pretty good one, too. It's got a very nice, narrow field of fire, perfect for machine guns. And as such, we should probably put our entrance not too terribly far away, but also not too close. And for that, we shall dig in here. We are also going to need to vein mine out that stuff. And all that steel. But that is for the future, not the present. So we're going to go ahead and cancel the edges. I simply wanted to be able to see where not to dig. So we're going to go ahead and we'll build our first room here. I'm not too sure what this will be. Probably a hospital. And this will be the first of our many new rooms. We are also going to need to go and gather up some food because, well, quite frankly, Calhoun is out of food. Well, we'll get Calhoun to start digging while we prepare the next squad to be sent out. And the next squad shall consist of Maze, as Maze is good with plants. We'll send Maze and the child. Actually, no, we'll leave the child so the child can cook. They'll take some travel supplies. We'll go ahead, we'll take some food as well. We'll take the packaged survival meals. That's 6 of them. We'll take that one random component, those incendiary shells, and 110 steel. Actually, no. We will not take the steel for the first move. You know, while we will have our main defense here in order to funnel our enemies into a nice little choke point, this little rock here will actually make a great central platform for anyone who manages to break through our walls. And apparently there's a steam geyser right there that I missed. So we'll have a steam geyser, a gas geyser, and then if we expand up here, we'll have more space to grow, and if we expand over here, we'll have another gas geyser and steam geyser. Beautiful. It'll be much easier to expand since most of the wall areas are already built. Oh, and the child has run wild. No. Get the child. Hostile force spotted, going towards New Kaminoa. Well, that's not good. Okay then, in that case, we need to move out now. We do not have the time nor the luxury to wait for Maze to stop having a mental breakdown. Okay, there we go. Prisoner. Release. Release maze. Now, we won't be abandoning this base, unlike Kaminoa, since it's only, a little bit away. We also, I just realized, don't actually have a prison. That might be a problem. We are taking all the food. Thank you very much. Grab some of these. Definitely grabbing the cheese press. We worked hard for that. Alright, there we go. And we have 10 kilograms left, which we can use to grab something. Use it to grab some smoke leaf, go juice, incendiary shells. And that's about it. Okay, go ahead and send that out. It's going to take them a day and a half to get here. By then, the raid will probably have destroyed most of what remains here. Yeah, we gotta get all those... Gotta make a prison. Which, honestly, for a prison, what we'll probably do is we'll just, probably just throw up a door here. And just shove them all into the hallway while we work. Siege. Oh, and they're sieging me down right there. Oh, good, they're moving. Yep, go ahead and just mosey on out of there. Well, while we wait, I'm going to go ahead and start planning out some more base stuff. We're going to use that diagonal walls mod that we just installed in order to make our base a little more interesting. Installing curves and whatnot. Let's see, so we already have the hospital right here. Let's go ahead and we'll set up a rec hall and dining room here. Put a kitchen, a nice big kitchen, right here, with a big freezer where we can store all of our goods that we acquire, right there. There we go. Apparently this place is called Riga. You know what? I'll stick with that name. I like that. We are ditching the Kaminoa name, and we are now Riga. Dang. The extremely low expectations mixed with the catharsis are really keeping Calhoun in the positives on mood. Barely. Also, until we get the prisoner beds, we're going to have these here set to prisoners so they immediately get hauled in. Those guys still have not apparently realized that we are not there. And their lizard friends are slowly dying of hypothermia. Some of their not lizard friends are dying of hypothermia. That's what happens when you attack me with cowboy outfits when a cold snap happens. So they might all just straight up die to that. That would be hilarious. Ah, the siegers are finally assaulting the colony. Now that a bunch of their number are dying of frostbite. Well, you will find that no one is home. We have all left in the dead of night, and have been slowly inching our way to our new base. And there they are, with all of our people. Go ahead and prioritize taking our glorious prisoners to their beds. Well, we gotta find a spot to put our animals now, but that is a problem for next episode, because I am calling this episode here. We moved successfully, for the most part. Our base is being bombarded and probably gonna get lit on fire, but that does not matter. We are setting up here. We have plans, and it'll be a lot easier to defend this area. We got a good roll of the dice on this one. Tons of nice, easy to defend areas. Already making progress on the new base. And so, leaving it off on a good note here, I will see you all in the next episode.